Take one.
Good morning and welcome to our short film of some of the projects we've supported this year.
Hello, I'm Claire Hyde. I'm church warden at this church of St John the Evangelist, Hurst Green in the Ribble Valley. The church recently celebrated its 175th anniversary, so making it a Victorian church. But in latter years we've been looking at the way in which we can be more sustainable as a congregation, as a church building, and we've participated in the Eco Congregation Award process, and we're one of few churches in the country to have achieved that award 3 times. As part of that and part of our problem solving and planning, we realised that we needed to make the church more accessible for particularly the disabled and the elderly, and to do that we would need a path that sloped around the side of the church to the north side, and that would require a new door, and also that we could do with a toilet, which was something that the Victorians didn't consider high priority. Because we're an eco-congregation, we decided that it would have to be a composting toilet, and for other reasons, in that we didn't have sewerage to the church either, and very little water, so that was very important when we made that decision. And also the building, the toilet building, would be in the churchyard rather than inside the body of the church.
Hi, I'm Yvonne Wilson, a member of Friends of Mercer Park, which is in Clayton-le-Moors. This is our newly acquired sensory garden. The original basis of the design, which was done within community and went out to consultation, was on a Gaudi theme, and that was brought about because of the mosaic, which in one of the attempts to get this project off the ground had been created by the young people on a summer play scheme within the park. The original hard work was done by contractors through groundwork, and then with working with Hyndburn Parks Department, we were enabled to get the planting and plant things up. That was done with volunteers from Friends of Mercer Park, and also the young adults with learning difficulties from Parkview Resource Centre, who now attend every week, weather permitting, and work with the volunteers on the upkeep of the garden and thinning and planting as required.
Hello, my name is Matt Aspden. I'm chairman of Ribble Canoe Club, and today we're looking at a project which was sponsored by LEF to give us better access for all members of the club, both disabled and non-disabled, to be able to access the water nice and easily in a clean fashion. But we used to struggle tremendously here, particularly in winter when the canal bank was very dirty, but by having this plastic edge to the canal now, we can launch nice and easily, and it's made our access so much easier. As members of the club, we have youngsters from 6 and 7 years old to older people who are into their 70s, and also we have members who are disabled, and access like this has revolutionised the chances of people being able to access the water in a nice, easy fashion, and also keeping clean and tidy. So we'd like to say a big thank you to LEF and the Canal and River Trust for enabling us to make this access for all our members, both young and old.
Hi, I'm Phil Dykes from Lancashire Wildlife Trust. Welcome to Salt Hill Quarry Nature Reserve in Clitheroe, which I'm responsible for. I'm here today to talk about a project which has been funded by the Lancashire Environmental Fund, who have been really good supporters for the work we've done in East Lancashire over the years. This project is about a variety of works associated with the geology trail that goes around the site. Because this site is really important for its geology. In fact, it's rated a SSSI because of it. Now, the works include some rock clearance that's been going on the main face and the entrance to the site, which is happening today actually, where they're clearing the vegetation off this important feature along the geology trail. So there's all sorts of other works that have been funded. Path repairs have been done, which have really improved access to along the trail. We've also funded important training for volunteers who help look after the site, and we've got a brilliant team of volunteers here who are really important for helping with this site, and that training is really going to help. And it was also managed to buy some equipment for the volunteers to help with this work. And then another angle on the project is work we're doing with the schools. And the schools are coming in and setting up some new QR codes for visitors to get an interpretation as they walk around the site. So there's all sorts of facets to this project, and we really are grateful to the support that LEF are giving us. Thank you.
My name's Brian Taylor. I'm chairman of the trustees here at Salmesbury War Memorial Hall.
I'm Jim Slater. I'm also a trustee on Salmesbury War Memorial Hall. LEF have provided funding for a new septic tank, a boiler, which is really at the forefront of technology in the sense that it's an air source to water heat pump system. We've benefited from an improvement, I think, Mr. Chairman, haven't we, in different and varied groups now using the hall. We have had other things we've done. Also, part of the thing about having a new boiler, a new heating system, is that the requirements are that you've got to have good insulation. So again, LEF funded the insulation of all the cavity walls around the place. The old drainage system was rather cumbersome and worked sometimes and blocked up other times, so we have a new septic tank now which can cope admirably with the amount of people that we are registered for 180 people in the whole of the building, 120 in the main hall. So we need good systems, and I think now we've got them.
My name's Sarah Robinson. I'm the Bowland Haytime Project Officer. We're here today at Bale Sykes Farm near Sladeburn, and as you can see, it has an amazing set of meadows here which are now really rare. We use the seed from the meadows here in our restoration work, which allows us to restore species-rich meadows around Bowland as a whole. Today I'm going to be doing some seed collecting. As you can see, quite a lot of the flowers have set seed. And we'll be taking those individually collected seeds and growing them on as plug plants and then using those in the new meadows. We also take the whole hay crop as green hay and transport that and spread it out onto the new meadows, and then the seeds then germinate and hopefully we get a lot of flowers coming through the following year. This is a project that was the brainchild of Prince Charles. To celebrate 60 years since the coronation. He thought it'd be a great idea for each county to designate a meadow that was really species rich, that had public access and that was involved in a restoration scheme. So the hay and the seed from parts of this farm go to help restore meadows in other parts of Bowland.
My name is Jim Longworth. I'm the Park Manager at Cuerden Valley Park Trust, and the project we've been working on is to bring the Walton State Garden up to standard and to restore some of the Edwardian features. We were quite lucky, we managed to get some funding from the lottery about 10 years ago to put back some of the basic features, make the walls safe, put back some of the original apple trees and pear trees that were here. The second part of the project has been to put back the original pergola, get some wisteria and other nice plants growing up over it, and also put back some of the paths that have got rather degraded and were starting to fall apart. The funding has mainly come from the Lancashire Environmental Fund, and we're very pleased to accept that, and also it's been done mainly by volunteers that help around the park.
My name's Peter Jordan and I work for Newground, which was the applicant for this project, the Cragg Quarry Heritage Trail. We applied to Lancashire Environmental Fund to restore this quarryman's hut that we're sitting in as part of a project to interpret this mountain bike trail, if you like, so that the people visiting this area can understand the rich heritage of quarrying that took place here that has practically been forgotten about these days.
This quarry has got the best looking of the huts, the shelving here, the fireplace, almost a primitive design of hut here, and this was easily the most eye-catching of the batch. We did come up here with the Friends of the Valley Stone volunteers. Some volunteers, a really strong rugby lad came, 2 or 3 mountain bikers came, and we've done the repairs to the hut. But we hope that it works as a shelter for this new audience that are definitely using this quarry in a far greater extent than previously.
My name's Chris Wilkinson. I'm an apprentice on the environmental projects team at Lancashire County Council, and I've been project managing the Chorley Circular Walk project. Basically, the Chorley Circular is a 10-mile route all around Chorley. It's always been a popular route because it links local communities to the local green spaces. But after years of heavy usage, the paths were showing signs of wear and tear, and the infrastructure was outdated. Some of the improvements have been improving paths, improving access, particularly for people who've got reduced mobility. So we've been taking out stiles and putting in kissing gates. We've been resurfacing paths. We've put in lots of drainage, and we put in some new waymarker posts as well to sort of guide people around the routes.
I've been walking around these parts for many years. I was brought up in Chorley. I used to come with my best friend and his grandfather down to Birkacre to a place called Dry Bones. And Dry Bones, of course, had this sort of allure to us. We're going to Dry Bones Wood. And we used to sort of go around here quite often. It's a smashing walk, a spectacular walk is the Chorley Circular. It's very varied. It goes through fields and woodlands and lots of history, round by the canal. It's a good sort of part of Chorley to sort of connect one place with another.
Hi, I'm Sue Taylor-Green. I'm chairman of Ulnes, Walton, Bridleways Association. The path was originally installed over 15 years ago by the late Mary Townley, and it was a wonderful addition to the community, the horse community, because up to that point there were no bridleways at all in the area, and there are a lot of horses. But in recent years, the surface of the path, which was made of wood chip, has deteriorated significantly. So we decided that we needed to improve the path. We approached South Ribble Borough Council with this intention to create a new all-purpose path and also repair the bridge, which was made of sleepers and was becoming quite slippy and unsafe for any user, not just horses. as I say, South Ribble Borough Council were quite amenable to this, but we did have the problem of raising funds.
My contribution towards the project was to put together the funding applications to get finance together to support this project. We put in a contribution of funds ourselves from our own fundraising, and together with other partners and the money from Lancashire Environmental Fund, we managed to put together enough money to resurface the bridle path and the walking path alongside. Alongside other partners, we received a large contribution from LEF, which went to make the project a success. Some of the payments were in kind, some of the materials were donated by local businesses, but without the funding from Lancashire Environmental Fund, we wouldn't have been able to achieve this project.
I'm Margaret Sumner and I'm the Vice Chair of Bickerstaffe Parish Council. We're here today looking at Bickerstaffe Colliery cycle trails, which started as a little idea and has formed into a fantastic community asset here in Bickerstaffe. We originally started it for youngsters who were a bit troublesome in the local area, so this was built on trying to sort something for them to do, and they were all boys at that time. But as it's developed, it's come into something much, much bigger, and now people from near and far are coming to this cycle trail, which is absolutely great. As you look around, you can see that it's the spoil of an old colliery, and which has had woodland created to it, so it's now a natural habitat, and we've kept all that in and developed it into the trails that you can see today.
Hi, I'm Yvonne Cox. I'm the chair of the Friends of Snig Hole Park, which is the community group that brought the project of Snig Hole together with Proffitts and the local borough council. I've grown up in this area, and the park was the same for over 50 years with the same swings, and my community group decided that we wanted something a bit better for our children. Thanks to the local community, we raised 120,000 including LEF funding to make sure that we could give them a playground to be proud of. The park has now become a focus of community life, with children meeting after school, having events down there such as an Easter egg hunt, and really bringing Helmshire together in a way that we couldn't have done before. The LEF funding has meant that we can provide something really special, and we're very proud of what we've done.
We've been working for about 3 years with the Friends of Snig Hole Park and Rossendale Borough Council to develop plans and ideas for the play area at Snig Hole. Work started on site, construction work started on site in September 2013, over the wettest winter on record, and was finished in February of this year, 2014. It was a really messy job. The drainage made the pitch absolute hideous nightmare, about a foot of mud, but we've managed to get there in the end. And since the project was finished in February, we've had 2 really successful events. One to help plant trees around the site, and secondly to have a huge Easter egg hunt in April, and there must have been about 500 people in the park. It was a really successful day. And I think the project has turned out fantastically well.